Hey guys, welcome to Clockwork, Noodles for another breakdown of the Ancient Magus Bride Season 2, Episode number 9. Welcome back, guys. More notes than last week. So I know last week I said I only had one page. I have 2 pages, so we've gone back to the normal standard for these episodes. Welcome and thank you for your continued support. In 2 weeks' time, you're getting my Summer 2023 overview. I am currently at the point where I'm breaking down 2 shows. On average, I try to do 4. I'm about half power right now, and I'm debating what I can do for those fill-ins. In 4 weeks' time, you're getting my end-of-season review, where I'm going through top 3 animes and anime awards. The anime awards are always fun, and they are here to stay. I invented them last season. I've got some fun ones. I've just got to hand out 2 more awards. Those are nearly ready to go. If you are not already, please make sure you are subscribed if you are liking anything that we do on the channel. It really does help. We are 6 noodlings away from the 700 mark. I'm trying to hit the 700 mark by August time. That would be great to see if we can hit that target. I think it's time to get going. As always, I'll go through the bits and pieces that I find interesting. Sometimes it does include me gurgling and spewing over lighting. I'm sorry. I love lighting. I love the way that some shows use light. This show in particular uses light very, very well. Aftermath of that horrific camping trip. I just don't think I'd like camping. I think even after watching last week, I've come to the conclusion I don't think I'd enjoy camping very much. Lucy has been in a coma for 10 days. This is the first sequence where we see Elias learning something. Core theme of the second season does seem to Elias discovering himself, discovering that he worries about Chisei because she's worrying via Lucy. I do love the little moment afterwards. She comes home. He asks the question about where's your hair gone. She dodges it by going, hello, greeting him. He's very friendly, just greets her back, then goes straight back to repeating the question. That was hilarious. That was a very comic moment. I really enjoyed that. And it is topped off when she hands the head back and he's like, hello, me. Welcome back, me. I like that too. That was a cherry on top. That was a nice little comic moment. I think Elias, because of his dry humour, down to earth, when he does do a funny moment, it comes off more impactful because of who he is generally. I love that moment. Now, Silver, the hairdresser, really need your services. My hair is literally going to pot. It's growing really long. All the blue is kind of nearly gone. I've got maybe a streak left that if I tie my hair up in a ponytail, it looks like I've got a clip-in fake bit of blue hair. I'm at that point where I need to decide what I'm doing with my hair again. Even while she's getting her hair done, she is still getting the lecture from Elias, which is hilarious. I really do think she looks like Tomoe-chan from last season, minus the fang. Joseph, I mean, I get it. I get why you'd go back and see him because, as she says, that he understands. Elias can't quite understand what it's like having the curse upon him because it's not the one he's actually had. Joseph, to me, is very similar to Ugata if you are tuning in for my Golden Kamui breakdowns. As I said there, Ugata is a character who revels in destroying the peace, loves chaos. There's no rhyme or reason behind their actions. They just enjoy watching the world burn. To me, Joseph is very similar, very good at playing the whole, I'm going back to bed, I'm innocent. They know about that bad thing that's going on. He waits till Chisei goes. Then he has that bit under the blanket where he comes back out again to finish the rest of his evil monologue, which is hilarious because bottom of the well, pretty sure noise would probably reverberate around it. So if he was going to have a conversation, it might reach her ears quicker than he thinks. There is something dark within Chisei, the ability to hurt somebody, the ability to have a dangerous power, having to come to terms with controlling that power within. And it's something within Chisei that is starting to reach out, which I think is going to be a seed for later. I have realised that we've only really got 3 episodes left. I don't think we're going to cover too much ground. If this is going to become anything, it could become something a bit later on, whether we get another movie like this series likes to do, or whether we'll get another season at some point. But I do think the season has underperformed in terms of people watching it. Seth reappearance, which is very nice because it's a link back to the earlier season. You would know this character, but you don't put 2 and 2 together. You haven't met Lucy. As soon as you put 2 and 2 together now, he literally looks identical to Lucy. At no point has Lucy mentioned a brother. I presumed that everybody in her family had died, but I did rule out the fact that she might have a sibling. She is quite the closed-off character, so it makes sense. Seth says the line, she's not always honest. I did find that quite the curious line to whether she'd been hiding stuff or not telling the truth. I think it's more she's not really honest when she needs help. Want to believe it's not a malicious comment. Presumably a glimpse of the Webster tragedy this week, which a lot of people seem to have died. I don't understand why her brother is around because they do state that only Lucy survived. Kind of want to believe that maybe he had something to do with it, but I think my mind's trying to find answers too quickly, so I may just hold him aside just for now. The relationship between the two seems very strained. She doesn't want to see him. She calls him a loser later on as well. She thinks that he hates her, so he's given her the impression that he hates her, or maybe he said outright that he doesn't like her. But it does seem weird that he's come to see somebody he doesn't like. He's been working very hard, and then he comes across to find her after work, and he's brought her a gift. Seemingly her birthday's coming up or something. It seems like a lot of effort for somebody who doesn't like their sibling to do, so I don't actually believe he does hate her. It might just be a case that he's done a thing in anime. A sibling will treat the other sibling coldly for some reason. Particular is Demon Slayer this season, where one brother acts like a complete douche to the other brother, and obviously later down your line you find out they actually really care for them and they were doing it for their protection or something. It's an anime trope, and I think it probably is the anime trope being used this time. We do catch up with Philomira practicing her arts. It's interesting to see that it is the scent or aura Chise picks up on. It's nothing deeper, it's simply just the way that she smells. She does seem to open up a little bit, stating that she could probably talk in private if it was just the two of them. Would be nice. I think we need to get some information on this character. With 3 episodes to go, this character's been set up as a complete enigma. I need information on her at this point. It does also seem that Philomira can sense people better than Chise can, because she picks up on the people coming up the staircase way before even Chise. That is obviously meant to be her skill. She's very skilled at sensing where people are. Right now, I think she's being set up as a decoy. Obviously, with the next sequence where Philomira's grandmother, I presume it's her grandmother, I could be wrong. She looks somewhat different, but she sounds the same. She's looking for the book. We've got this curse book, as always, there's always a curse book somewhere, which has been taken then replaced, and there's a silver hair cobweb, which is now linked to Lucy. Now, I think both Lucy and Philomira are being set up as decoys. The grandmother must have given that book to Philomira, and Philomira used it and then tried to attack Lucy, or maybe she subconsciously did it, because it is said that whoever reads the book can't actually remember, because that's part of the effects of the book. I don't know, I still think it's too easy to blame Philomira. Maybe the anime is making it her, but I think it's too easy. I think it's actually going to be a character that nobody is even paying attention. Maybe it's Rion. Who knows? Maybe it's another character we've been introduced to. There's got to be a reason why whoever has this book is catching magical powers. The book has a few different powers, like it's got the ability to take magic, make puppets, or the idea of killing humans and making somebody else immortal. It's trying to work out who is going to benefit, why would they be doing it. It is interesting that Elias has said that I have read this book before, still finding that female form of his absolutely beautiful, stunning, really like that look. Trying to think who would be benefiting. Obviously, Philomira would be doing it maybe at her grandma's wish, but her grandma's now announced that book was stolen. Probably not going to be that. I think it's probably a bit too obvious. Lucy's spiderweb being found, I still think is putting her in as decoy. Somebody's trying to set her up. Clearly she's a victim. If it's spiderwebs, it could be her brother. We are told about their abilities this week and what their family used to do, where they would copy the magical books and they used literal spiders to weave, which is quite cool. Either of these two would have the ability to have spiders. Lucy doesn't seem to have any. I haven't seen her with spiders up until this point, because we saw her in that dream sequence saying, "Give me back the spiders," which would infer that she doesn't have any. Her brother, I'm putting him in the limelight here. It could be him. Somebody could have escaped. Could have been a spy. Everyone seemingly was killed bar Lucy. We don't know where her brother was. At no point does the brother get mentioned. Was he the person who handed them in? Was he the one who double-crossed them? Did somebody completely different who was still in the family escape, presumed dead, and it's them? We have a nice little moment with Elias at the end, learning something completely different about the idea of friends. I do feel like Elias has a few friends already, however, I don't think he understands the concept pretty well. Even to this point, I think he's maybe missing the mark on what the concept means, but poor Enos getting rejected. That was sad. I think he would have been a great friend. The plot at the end speeds up quite quickly, so from what I can deduce, Lucy thinks her brother hates her. I'm not quite on that boat. Simeon, the centaur, ends up meeting the same fate as Lucy. Somebody is reading the books. Lucy is immediately ruled out. Philomira is nowhere to be seen, but again, we could just be jumping on the person we have no information on, or thinking that her grandmother gave it to her. Maybe, maybe not, but I don't think it's Philomira somehow. Somebody seems to want magic, perhaps. A bit at the end, somebody working within the school phones another person, a guard, and that guard ends up dead at the hands of organised group. I don't know who the group is, don't know who they're after just yet. They seem to be after something. The spoiler at the end seems to suggest Lucy's brother is going to sacrifice himself for Lucy to protect her. I would say that teasers suck. In general, I just think they suck. Ancient Magus Bride teasers don't suck as much as Vinland Sagas. Vinland Saga has ruined some moments for me with its teasers and spoilers. It's not on the same level, but I do think they suck. But because I watched till the end, because I actually kind of like the ED, I did see it. So it's there. So I have mentioned that. That's roughly all my notes for this episode. I think we're starting to speed up now. We've got 3 episodes left. Will be interesting to see what kind of conclusion we can arrive at. Would benefit from a longer season in general, because it does seem like we're going to be now crunching a little bit. We'll have to see what happens. I don't think the story's near done, so we've got plenty of material floating around. We'll be interested to see if we get an OVA, get another movie, because there's already been a movie. We could get another one. We'll have to watch this space. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope you're doing well and looking after yourselves. I will see you guys again for another breakdown soon. In the meantime, look after yourselves. Bye bye.